Hello everyone, this is G-Shock High Fashion Channel back at you with another G-Shock unboxing and review video, and today I have with me this simple model. The reference number for this one I have here is G5600-9JF. In the same year of September 2002, the Casio released two models, which is this guy 9JF, and another one will be the G5600-1JF, which is all black. In 1998, Casio introduced the first Tough Solar G-Shock, and that is called the Raceman, which is down here. I'm not sure you guys can see that. There it is. This is the Raceman. Raceman is the first G-Shock watch in history that had this Tough Solar or solar cell built in it to charge the battery. And after that, since 1998 all the way until 2002, every model have this. Not every. There are some models that have this Raceman sort of function, and Casio have been releasing varieties of Raceman G-Shock in several colorway, and until 2002, which is here, Casio finally add that feature into this guy over here, G5600-9JF, and also in two colorway and also in 1JF. And later after that, we received new model from 2009, the most basic GW5600, and then we did receive a GW5600, which also include the Tough Solar and wave scepter function built in it. Now let's have a look on the design features for this model. It still have the similar 5600 profile. On this side, stainless steel screws and buttons. Both sides goes the same. Since this one is the 9JF or the gold version, the buckle for this model is actually in gold colorway. However, the one that I'm holding now is in the used, very horrible condition. Even the gold plating on this almost fading out. It's barely able to tell that. Although they still have this Casio Japan sign buckle below it. Sign, yeah, okay. And this is the backplate for this model. Look at that, G5600-9JF. It operates on 2597 module, stainless steel back, Japan, which is great considering for the price for this is only 14,000 yen. There is something weird about the one I'm holding now. I'm not sure if this just applied to the one I'm holding or every G5600 model. And what I'm going to show you guys is that the backplate is very thin. Look at that. I have another GW5600 G-Shock with me, and the backplate is like sits higher at this part. It's very tiny things, but I noticed the difference for this model. I'm not sure if you guys do. So look at that. Tiny things, but I don't know, this looks like someone just pressed or stamped something on the backplate for this model and compress it, but not a big deal at all. It's still fine. This is the mineral glass, and below it we have the solar panel, and way below it, that is where the display is. Looking at another model, you can see that there's not a lot of layering going on. Now look at the details on this piece. We have gold protection, gold G-Shock, mode adjust, shock resist, light and auto EL on or off, water resist 20 bar in blue colorway, which is all of a sudden in blue, white writings, and this is the display, which is wide and huge compared to regular DW5600. You really need to check it side by side to know the difference. Here it is, look at that. The time display on regular DW5600 is not as thick as this one, although they're still displaying the same thing, day, date, and also time, but the display on this model is thicker and taller and wider, hence so I guess tiny things like this really gonna make a huge difference. They still have the sleek function, slim looking watch, lightweight, and since this watch have full auto EL, this make this specific model very good. It's gonna save battery, even though you don't really need to change the battery because it already have the Tough Solar built in it. This sort of watch, I believe, will be more practical compared to the wave scepter model, because the price for this is not as high as when G-Shock added a wave scepter. If I'm not mistaken, every G-Shock that have a wave scepter built in it will gonna cost like 10,000 yen more than this sort of model. Like this guy over here is about 14,000 yen. If you bought it below retail, you're gonna get about 10,000 yen plus minus if you buy a Tough Solar, if you buy a website model, all of a sudden the price was skyrocketed to 20,000 yen at around retail. I bought this in this condition. Look at it. Look at this watch band right here. It's already cracking, almost destroyed actually, but it's still holding up pretty well, even though after 15 years, which is considerably great for the tin. I mean, I don't know, the plastic waste feels different as well. Unlike this one, this feels more like rubber, cheap rubber. This feels more like resin, a little bit tougher. Maybe because this one is old and it's rotten, it feels different. I don't know, but it feels different. It comes with this green EL, but it is, to me, it's not as bright as I thought it would be. Look at that. The contrasting is very low compared to this model I got over here. Look at that. Totally different contrasting light. I'm not sure what's wrong with this, but it looks like that. It's not as bright as I thought it would be. And you know what, let's go through the functions since we got plenty of time to cover. First is the countdown timer. You can see the local time as well by using the function, and this has max to 99 hours 59 minutes and 59 seconds. I already started up actually. Just continue the countdown timer for 99 hours. I don't know what for, but anyway, you have it. Press mode, we have the alarm with snooze alarm. Of course, the first alarm will act as a snooze alarm. You can see there, on the alarm or snooze it, or you can go to the next alarm, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and this is the signal done. Press mode, we'll go to the stopwatch. I already kept the stopwatch running for 52 hours 24 minutes now, just for no reason, just to test this thing out, you know. Simple stopwatch, stop, start, and split time. Very basic stuff. You can see these writings on top here. Zoom in. Press mode, we'll go to dual time functions. Up here will be current local time, down here will be any other time that you want to set up on this watch. You can add 30 minutes actually, every 30 minutes, 8, 5, 91, you know what, to your local time. If you want to reset it back to original time, you can just press adjust and we will go back to this local time setting. And that is all. Press mode will go back to home time. And I guess that's done on the functions. Let me highlight again on the crisp of the display. Compare this model to this model. You can see how the contrasting for the display is different, like totally different. This model shows a lot more clearer numbering, unlike this one is somehow faded, but it has a wide display, so still good on this. Press adjust to set the thing up. You can set the seconds, the hours, the minutes, the 24 or 12 hour system. You can set the calendar year, the months, the date, and sleep mode on or off. And that is all. Lastly, before I conclude this part, let's have a look on the test screen for this model, because there's something that you guys need to see. Okay, here it is. Auto EL on or off indicator. Recover will be on if the battery fully used, like no battery. So this thing will allow it on. You need to recover the watch by putting on under sunlight for more than usual. And then PM or AM indicator for this window. Sleep mode on or off, and this part is the battery indicator, and basically it will separate in 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, to display all the 4 level of battery. Left, more pixel to show time, and snooze alarm bright signal. So this is the problem, BRT. I'll show you guys all the functions, and we couldn't see any of this BRT anywhere. So I guess Casio just used the same type of module like they usually does, almost vintage G-Shock. Bright alarm is sort of like the automatic alarm, which I had reviewed before if you haven't checked the video, which is on GL7200 series G-Shock. You need to check the video to know what is bright alarm all about. But for this watch, that it didn't have it for some reason. I might have missed something, but I can't find it anywhere else. There are quite a few more G-Shock watch that come with the same 2597 module. So if you have any one of those G-Shocks, such as the G5700s or GL230, this video will be useful for you guys as well, not just for this model. Okay, now done on this part, let's go with the wrist check. What I like about this piece is that it is very lightweight. I mean, I wear a lot of G-Shock throughout my whole collecting years, or I've introduced to you guys a lot of videos and a lot of G-Shock watch, all the way to the vintage line such as this 003. I have been wearing this one as well, 004, and I have been showing you guys this one, GW6900, and I also have a DW6900. They all weights differently, and I also have a GDX6900 with me, and I also have a Frogman. I haven't worn this yet. We also have the new release Golf Master G-Shock with me, but after all of this guy is the most lightweight model. If you are a muscular guy, you might find wearing this is already lightweight enough for you, but for me, I'm not that type of person, and I wear this. Even this watch right here would give this sort of like weight on my wrist throughout the day because it's pretty heavy. It's not that heavy, but it's pretty heavy for me. And when I wore this, it is like different experience. I almost forgot that I have this on wrist. I don't have to wear it all the way to the most top hole. It is already giving me a very great and comfortable fit. Amongst all this model, the other model that I found to be a little bit comfortable, that's as closest to this, is this guy, DW003 model. Somehow this thing feels a little bit lightweight, comfortable, probably because this part here, but yeah, this is the model that I could compare it as the comfort weight by weight. That is all about G5600 G-Shock that I would like to show to you guys. And I hope you guys found this video useful and informative as well. For future reference, leave a like and also subscribe for more G-Shock related contents like all this in the future, man. Thank you very much for watching. This is G-Shock Half Fashion channel, and